real quick, before we get to the characters, I need y'all to know these aren't super in-depth character guides. If you want those, please let me know in the comments below. This video is to lead you in the right direction for getting a better idea of what a character does and if they line up with what you're looking for in a character. You know, if you want a zoner, rush down, things like that. Use the timestamps below to jump to the characters you want to look for. And please make sure to sub and like if you like the content and you want to support me. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so let's start with Cap. He's pretty straightforward. You know, he likes to throw the shield. He likes to hit it back. He can be super annoying with this, depending on if you jump or not, if you just want to hit it while it's on the ground. Very active, very annoying. That's his unique skill, right? Every character has a unique one. That's Cap's. The cool thing about it is you can just do it off of a regular shield throw. You don't even have to start with your unique. He's even got built-in mixes, you know, highs, lows, just things like that with his EX moves. He can be super annoying. But yeah, if you want a straightforward character, some would say maybe the Ryu of the game, you could play Cap. He's got the anti-air, he's got the fireball, a character that's not too complicated, not too hard, but does have some cool shit to him. Then yeah, Cap's your man. I definitely try out Cap, straightforward character, but you can mix things around. Now let's get into Iron Man. Iron Man's pretty cool. He's a very elusive character. He has an 8-way air dash. What I mean by that is he can dash in any direction you set him to. It's pretty cool. You can bait stuff. He's super annoying with it. He can cancel some of his moves into flight. So, you know, you could do like a string like this, fly, and then go overhead. So he's for anybody who just kind of likes to be moving all the time. Some would say schmoving. He could be annoying full screen with just like his zoning, and then you could fly out and try to get some stuff started. Very elusive character, very annoying. He even has an anti-air with his uppercut. Very strong. The cool thing too out of it, you can go into fly. So if you do, you know, EX uppercut, you could fly instead of just like, you know, landing and being pretty one directional. He kind of can do a little bit of everything. Iron Man's, again, this is probably the coolest version of Iron Man. So if you like moving around, being a little bit annoying, and just having a good time, right? Jump scaring your opponent, you know, Iron Man's the character for you. Pretty solid, pretty strong. I really like what they did with him in this game. And you know, the way his unique just free flows into everything he does, yeah, you're gonna feel mad sick playing this character. Oh man, Black Panther or Shuri is for my rushdown lovers. If you just love trying to press your opponent, be very confusing on your approach, yeah, Black Panther is the character for you. You see that little gauge on the bottom left? This gives her access to these command dashes. If you do her 100 bar super, or level 3 as some of us will call it, even though it's not 3 bars, she has infinite gauge to this, so it's really cool. You can dash cancel any move that she does, right? You can do it in the air, back to the ground. You can be very elusive, very annoying, very oppressive from this, you know, if you couple it with assist calls and things like that. Very annoying. Very, very cool though that she has this ability. Basically, if you like being able to do whatever without taking hard commitments to it, sure is the character for you. You know, crazy jump scare moments, you know, you can just be full screen and all of a sudden you jump at your opponent. You can just back off, feint in, feint out, do it twice. Yeah, she's very, as some would say, a tricky character, area approach, very non-committal. And she's very fast-paced. And she's got pretty nice buttons. So if you're into that stuff, yeah, Black Panther is the character for you. Now let's talk about Hulk. Hulk is for my big body enjoyers that love armored moves. His unique skill, if you do it early enough, tanks attacks. It has 3 levels. When you get to the last level, even his charge heavy gets armor if you do it at the right timing. You know, you could bait block strings with this, right? Catch and mashing, things like that. He doesn't care about projectiles either when you do stuff like this. Yeah, he kind of just like negates the things that would give him a hard time. Yeah, if you just don't give a shit about basically anybody's feelings, this is the character for you. You know, you're big, you're strong, you're beefy, you could just like jump scare people, you know, just little things like that. Hulk is a very funny character. His charge heavy is unblockable, so if you want to try to get that when you're gammaed up, hold on. Yeah, his character seems sick. He's very funny. If you don't care, you love armor, and you kind of just want to jump scare your opponent and be an asshole, Hulk's the character for you. He has a lot of options, right? Anti-zoning, armored moves, right? Oh, you're hitting buttons, you're throwing stuff on the screen, I don't care. You know, you call your assist, little things like that. Funny character. He's a little slow though, but if you don't mind the slow factor, at least until you charge up to level 3, you know, you get a speed boost at this point. It is limited, but again, Hulk for those big body lovers that just don't give a shit about their opponent and want to armor through everything, he's your man. Just a couple more extra details. They gave him built-in mix, which is really funny. So, you know, his down, heavy, or medium attack are overhead, and he has a way to deal with characters being full screen. So yeah, he has ways to get in, even if they're on the other side of the screen and he's zoning them. But Hulk, cool character. You know, if you're into all this stuff, try him out. Okay, let's get into Storm. There's a lot to her, so I'll try to be clear and concise here. If you like Rachel from Blaze Blue, you're gonna love Storm. And what I mean by that is she has this wind mechanic that influences her and her opponent in certain situations. So usually this command grab will whiff at this range, but you can do the command grab and use the wind to push you forward. She's very lab rat intensive. She has a lot of options. You know, she can kind of do a lot. She has a lot of fly options like some of the other characters do. She can tornado, go into her fly, things like that. And then you can, when you're in that fly, you can do things like this, influence yourself. You can be in the fly. You can throw out some other stuff while you're in there. Sick character. Love her design. Love what they did with her. Her wind mechanic is crazy. Just all things that you could do with it. You could even do stuff like if you do wind down and then jump, you could try to go for instant red. So yeah, she has a lot of tools, a lot of options, a lot of little nuanced things to her. And if you're somebody who likes to explore basically the dozens and dozens of options that you have with the character, Storm's for you. While looking hot while doing it. I mean, look at her, my queen. But yeah, sick character, very lab intensive. She has a lot of options. She can set up a lot of things for her and her team, depending on how you want to play her. It's not really too much else to say about her. Just sick mechanic. Possibilities are endless, regardless of what you do with it. I'll do it again. Throw out EX Ice, influence it. Her screen control is amazing. If you like screen control, you like good movement, you like influencing your opponent, kind of boxing them in, you know, kind of putting them in a trap situation, yeah, Storm's the character for you. Now, when it comes to Magik, she's for people who like having big buttons in their arsenal. At about the mid-range, that's where her strength lies. She can poke you at scary ranges that other characters can't, because she just has that privilege. You know, she's a pretty standard character outside of that, you know, having her uppercuts, having, you know, multi-hitting moves, and a fireball, nothing too crazy. But the cool part is her unique skill lets her teleport from full screen. So if you want the ability to, you know, mix up your opponent in certain situations where they don't see it coming, you know, like this, you come out behind them with the portal, or you can stay in front of them from the portals. And this is a character for you, you know. She does have setups, she does have nuances, right? But she's also very straightforward. She's got big buttons that enable her, gives her a mix here and there, and lets you kind of just have safe approaches. If you can set up a portal, right, you can throw a fireball, it delays itself for you, or, you know, you can clear the screen like this. A cool character. I like what they did with her. That's why I played her during the beta, and I think I'm gonna keep playing her. So yeah, shout out to Magik. Okay, so Danger, yeah, very zoner, trap setup intensive character. I mean, she just loves to have stuff on the screen, you know. If she hits you, her traps proc. She just has such insane angles that she could throw out. You know, you EX, you get more options, right? You throw out Calibrate, you can teleport to them. Super cool. You can even teleport behind your opponent if you set it up properly. Like, this is just awesome. You can choose which one you go to, so even if they're chasing you down and they get in your face, it's like, oh, look at me, I'm here. Or you can like fake it out if you hold the button. Super cool. I really like the design this character has, the options they give you. You can fake out your opponent, you can trick them on your zoning, thinking like, oh, I got in. Yeah, a lot of lab time is going to be required here, but you know, some people love that stuff. They love being paid off for spending time with a character, especially one that seems pretty strong like Danger. So yeah, if you like zoning, you like setting stuff up, you like being able to teleport, and being very tricky and elusive, kind of like the greased up deaf guy from Family Guy, yeah, Danger's the character for you. So I think Wolverine is the premier rushdown character in this game. He has standing overhead, he has a built-in cross-up move, you know, he has armor to steal his turn back. Yeah, Wolverine just doesn't care. So if you like being able to just jump scare your opponent, rush them down, and, you know, for some reason have a fireball that obviously trades with their other fireballs, like the most randomest thing about him. Wolverine's never had a fireball in my fighting game experience, but cool, I guess. Very rush down heavy, he's very fast, can put you in a block string into a mix-up very easily. He's able to go high, low, cross you up, things like that. He just has so many options, and he's very scary the moment he makes you block. You just have to do it properly. There we go. So yeah, if you want a rush down character that has armor, fireball for some reason, incredibly fast, and just can harass you the moment they're in, yeah, Wolvie is the character for you if you want to do that. And it's got a dive kick for some reason. And we all know how good dive kicks are if they're in the game, if a character has them. Super weird. You know what? Maybe my tier list is wrong. Maybe I should be scared of this character. Please don't rush me down. Ironman is definitely one of the more ignorant characters in the game. You know, you have full screen web zip into whatever. If you hold the web zip, you get the kick. You can call your sister, get a combo off of it. But, you know, besides being super annoying with the full web zip, you could even be just annoying in general, right? You web zip, you web cling, You do it again, but this time you jump away, then you web away to the corner. Just little things like that, right? Character is very annoying, you know, like a fly just buzzing around. You can't really hit him. Just things like that make him just so hard to deal with. Just all the angles that he can do. Very unique to him as a character. If you're into that kind of stuff, if you like having crazy, unique, sporadic movement where your opponent just has to constantly guess on what you're gonna do, yeah, he's the character for you. You just like zipping around like it's one of the games, and then you finally get in, and then you put your opponent in the am I gonna go high, am I gonna go low blender? This is all for you. He's just very fast in general. Has one of the faster air dashes in the game that just lets you hit buttons without a care in the world. Lets you, you know, confuse your opponent. Oh, just kidding, I'm coming in, bro. Oh, am I coming in? Oh, I'm coming in. Oh. Yeah, hate fighting this character, but I totally love the way he plays for those people that do want to play him. So if you're into that kind of stuff, just zipping around, being very elusive, being hard to catch, mixing up your opponent's options when they're just trying to hit you while you're just zipping around everywhere without a care in the world, and just being mad fast while doing it, and being a threat anywhere on the screen, yeah, pick this character. You're gonna have a good time. Your opponent won't, but you are, and that's what matters, right? You know, it's very funny that I have Miss Marvel second after Spider-Man. This wasn't intended. She's very similar to Spider-Man's approach when it comes to movement. You know, she could, I'll just say zip around, stretch around, whatever you want to call it, 3 times in the air, roughly the same as Spider-Man, you know? Again, very elusive, very annoying, kind of just zipping everywhere and anywhere. It's, again, you know, kind of like Spider-Man, right? You get, you know, a hit off of it. You get a conversion depending on like how it lands, or if they're on block. She has really big buttons, right? This button, look at that. What are those, Miss Marvel? Yeah, she can hit you pretty far. Not surprised. I mean, just look at her punching you from, you know, half screen, 3/4 of the screen away. Very cool and unique for the most part to her. So, you know, if you want to play, you know, a different version of Spider-Man, she's the character for you. She also has built-in mix, kind of like Spider-Man, right? She has the, you know, standing overhead, or you just go low instead, or you have a very fast command grab. Yeah, she's super sick. Her unique really enables her, kind of like Spider-Man does. Is it better? Is it worse? I'm not sure. It's too early to tell, but she's a sick character regardless. The last thing to say about the elusiveness of this character is she does have a dodge that you are able to act out of. So if you like forcing your opponent into awkward, weird guessing situations, and you like rolling the dice, yeah, you can zip in, you know, go for the dodge, and then cancel into some type of move. So let's go gambling while we're zipping around like Spider-Man, you know? I know I'm gonna hate this character when people figure her out. Peni, yeah, RNG based character. If you loved Faust from Guilty Gear, this is the character for you. She's definitely item intensive. What you get, you know, pray to the RNG gods. What you get is what you get. She does have some unique stuff to her, like a walkling, which Spider-Man doesn't have, but she does. But she is a Spider-Man, so it checks out. I mean, I guess you can give it to both. It doesn't have the conventional air dash. Her movement's a little different and more unique. You know, she has like this pendulum shift thing, right? To like give you some sporadic jump scare forward movement, throwing items, seeing what the gods bless you with today. You know, oh look, I got the same one twice. She, you know, has fireball. You know, the medium version pulls you in for a combo. So yeah, even being full screen, she can still be a threat. She's always just having something on the field that you have to be aware of. So she's very chaotic. If you like filling the stuff, if you like filling the screen with a bunch of random bullshit, Peni's the character for you. She's just very chaotic. She doesn't give your opponent a moment to breathe once you get the ball rolling. If that's what you like to do, you like to just be chaotic and leave your fate to RNG, she's the character that you're gonna have the most fun with. Okay, Star-Lord, my bad. Y'all know I'm Star-Lord's biggest fan in this game, so I'll try to keep this short because I know a lot about this character. To me, he seems like the character who's a jack of all trades, master of none. He could set stuff up on the screen, you know, he can cancel his grenade toss into his whatever element he has at the time, which is nice. It bounces off of it. He has a fly, you know, not as fast as Iron Man, but still pretty good. He does have an 8-way air dash. He has a way to disengage from a block string, you know. Not many characters have a safe way to disengage like he does, which gives him, you know, good air options. He can fly out of it, things like that. He can change his element depending on, you know, what he's fighting. If he's fighting a zoner, he can pull out the shield. If he's fighting a brush down character, maybe like Wolverine, he could throw one of these out to try to make Wolverine commit to something, right? Solid buttons. He's just can do a little bit of everything, like I said. You know, he can zone, reload his element, he can put you into a mix-up, but he can't really mix you up too well himself. Yeah, very sick character. I think he's dope. buff him? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, jack of all trades character. He does a little bit of everything. If you like having a bunch of tools to your arsenal, Star-Lord is going to be the character for you. He's pretty fast. He has pretty big buttons. Just solid character overall. I really like him, and I just like the options that they gave him. Very elusive character. Can go in, can go out, can rush you down, can back off when needed. Again, jack of all trades, but master of none. Ghost Rider is another character that has a presence pretty much anywhere on the screen. Look at this stand heavy. This is nuts, bro. Like, look how far I am. But yeah, if you're a player who likes to have a presence anywhere on the screen, regardless if it's through an attack, like a normal, or through a special move, or even tracking special move, yeah, Ghost Rider is a character for you. He's pretty straightforward. He wants to hit you with the chain. Hit the chain. He does have some built-in mix with this Rekka type move. You can go high, low, you can feint it, which is really cool. He does have a heat gauge that as it builds up, his attacks get better, but this isn't a guide, so we're not going to really go too deep into it. Nothing too much to really say about Ghost Rider. I think he's the most straightforward character in the entire game when it comes to his game plan. If you like big buttons, basically, you know, half screen to full screen buttons that aren't too big of a commitment, you like to just be annoying no matter where you are, because you have Flame Carpet here. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider is the character for you. The only growing pain would be managing the heat gauge, because, you know, just in case you aren't aware, let me fill this up. If you overheat, you are vulnerable, so it's just something to keep in mind. But outside of that, straightforward game plan. Big buttons. I want to hit you with my big buttons until I make you block, and I want to make you guess. Yeah, so if you like to hunt vampires and Blaze, no, I'm just kidding. So Blade kind of similar to Magik. He has big buttons that you take advantage of when it comes to being at this mid-range. Obviously nobody beats Ghost Rider, but you know, he's an anomaly. You know, he has good ways to play full screen, right? Get in on any kind of stray hit, or just getting rewarded for making a read on your opponent, being able to basically teleport in, throwing stakes. He's for the most part a very neutral based character. So if you like playing neutral a lot and just don't like committing to too many options and having big buttons at your arsenal, it's funny because in the beta, Blade hit hard, but he's not really that scary when he makes you block. He kind of leads other people to better opportunities on his team. But again, he's very solid character, especially at the start of a round. He has a bunch of options, you know, zoning. He has his stakes to get in his opponent's face. He has random full screen jump scares, or like almost full screen jump scares that he can pick up off of. So if any of these things look appealing to you, yeah, definitely try out Blade. He also looks mad cool when he does his combos. So if you like looking cool when you're doing combos, like I do, you know, I like looking cool when I do my combos. It's like a huge determining factor for me when I pick up a character. Yeah, pick Blade. Blade is sick. He's super cool, and he's probably got the coolest looking level 3 in the game. If you're the type of player that loves weird characters with crazy mechanics, yeah, DeadPool's the character for you. You guys, Roman Cancel from Guilty Gear, like, come on. If you hurt yourself, you know, kind of like Carmine from Under Night, if you played that game, you can use your health gauge to do stuff, you know. It expands a bit of gray health, but it unlocks new moves. Like, this character is so awesome. He has so many fighting game references in him from games some people probably never even heard of. I'm sure there'll be a compilation video coming up. But anyways, back to the point. I'm getting a little too excited here. Yeah, DeadPool, if you like a character with a bunch of options, maybe even too many options, he's the character for you. He's just so different than the rest of the cast, just off of what he can do. You know, you got a grenade that he can toss with Deadpool, right? Then you call it back. If you have expendable health, you can do electrics. Like, bro, character's insane. What a love letter to fighting games. Honestly, a player's wet dream when it comes to just like having an oddball character. Every fighting game needs an oddball character, and it's Deadpool. But he still follows the rule of cool, so that's like kind of insane. You love cool shit, wacky shit, like a bunch of mechanics. Deadpool's the character for you, and he looks cool doing it. If you're looking for a character that you like to make reads with, then yeah, Loki is definitely that character. With the way his feints work and how you can just bait out moves, especially in the window where if they do hit you, you actually have a follow-up. This is your guy right here. And on top of just not only having all these cool feints, he has a bunch of moves that you can position on the screen. This doesn't track, it's up to you to kind of predict where your opponent's gonna be. So if you like playing a lot of mind games with your opponent, you're gonna want to pick Loki. Between his feints, between his tracking moves, between being able just to set stuff up in the mid screen, right, to just force your opponent to make an option or take an option. Yeah, Loki's your character. Plus, you know, he uses a bunch of elements, and that's always sick. He just has so many options to trick your opponent, to keep them on their toes and confuse them, to kind of like mental stack them even just to neutral. If you're into that kind of stuff and you really just enjoy making reads in this game and just making your opponent feel like an idiot when they guess wrong with the way everything works and how his toolkit is composed, yeah, this is the character for you. Check him out. He's sick. He's cool. I'm definitely going to try him out, so look forward to that. You know, it's interesting to see what they did to Doom in this game. He's pretty different from his Marvel 3 version. So in this version, he's more of a setup trap type character between having full screen options, right? He can angle these beams, which is great. He can pick up off a full screen beam. He can kind of just pollute the screen with a bunch of options just to frustrate his opponent, right? Even him being able to stop zoning is just super cool. Like, he puts out the reflector, that's it. Like, you can position this in so many different spots on the screen. It's actually pretty cool. It's also a combo tool. You know how to use it. I'm not a Doom main, so I don't really know how to, but just having these jump scare options is just so cool. So yeah, all in all, if you like a character that has, you know, full screen options but can also zone you, stop zoning, just pollute the screen with a bunch of stuff to be giga annoying, Doom's a character for you. You know, the one thing I do miss is, you know, no foot dive, but shout out to DeadPool. Anyways, yeah, try out Doom if you like some of this stuff. Ah, yes, the Master of Magnetism is he's actually a zoner in this game. It's pretty cool, actually. You know, he's sends out debris, and then it makes this cool debris on the stage, right? That enhances his moves. You know, you could stop zoning if you have one of these out, right? You just eat it, you send it back, right? And now you look, you have 2 debris. You've evolved. Yeah, it's very interesting, very cool, you know. And you just like polluting the screen, as you know, very common theme so far with this team. Doom, Magneto, right? You're just kind of just chucking shit at your opponent. You know, the more debris you have, the better it is for you. Like, look at all that stuff. Very common theme. And just like Doom, he also has tricky movement. You can 8-way air dash to avoid your opponent. You can fly, you can zoom it around a little bit, right? Just to make things difficult. Be elusive, and then just go back to just polluting the screen with all this stuff. Even you got an anti-air version in the air. You got an air-to-ground version. You know, it's just crazy. He's cool. He's very zoner-esque. But he can also be, you know, a little bit of a rushdown character, right? He has a command grab. Why? I don't know. But just because I'm whooping your ass full screen doesn't mean he can't whoop your ass in your face. So, if you're looking for a character who can just, you know, similar to Doom, pollute the screen, but still be offensively strong when they're up close and personal, or even just drag the opponent to you from your zoning if you get tired of zoning yourself, yeah, play Magneto. You know, the more I play through Knights of Doom, the more I realize more and more that they just chuck shit at you, and they're like, man, good luck, asshole. You know, look at that Green Goblin. You know, another weird archetype character where he has this glider, which you can kind of make it act independent of him, you know? There are certain moves you could do. Like this one where it just shoots them and then you run after them, right? The one where you could throw it and it comes back. Funny enough, it hits Green Goblin. Yeah, definitely a character for players that just always want to be doing something between the flying around on your glider, right? Being elusive with your movement, just throwing random shit out again. Very common theme with the team. And just being annoying in general, as with these, I don't know, what am I going to call them? Goblin rings? Goblin rings, sure, why not? He's just another character on this team that's very good at being annoying. Like I said, it's very common theme for this team between just all your glider options. Everything that you can do. You do have a glider meter, so eventually you do run out of it, so just be aware of it. But, I mean, he's just got so much cool shit. He's got a slow bomb, a incendiary grenade, a poison grenade. They're on rotation as well, they're not really random. And a shock nade. So if you're into that weird kind of stuff, Goblin's the character for you. He's just, again, polluting the screen, doing a bunch of stuff, himself, independent to him with his glider. You're gonna have a good time, just random bullshitting go. We've reached the end with Carnage. He's for those who like to have screen presence no matter where you are on the screen thanks to his half to full screen type attacks. That's not the only thing. If you like to take risk, thanks to his parasite mechanic, he enables all the risks you could want. Let me show you. Thanks to Parasite Bomb, or Palm for short, which I'm going to call it, this move is -9 without Palm, okay? But if you put the Palm on your opponent, all of a sudden, this move, when you proc the Bomb, makes you +2, right? If you don't know frame data, just know that the number without a negative behind it is good, the number with the negative is bad. Thanks to Palm, you can bob and weave in and out of your opponent's range. So you could be in, they have the bomb, you can back off, run back in, all of a sudden it's your turn. You can steal turns back, be very aggressive, right? You know, mix them with the overhead that he has. This move is an overhead, so you have to block it standing. So yeah, all in all, Carnage, very chaotic character, keeping your opponent aware of all times. You know, at any moment you can hit them with this, you can hit them with this, you can jump in, steal your turn, right? Force a turn, force an interaction. Very strong, very annoying. So go out there, set a palm, and take risks that aren't actually risk. Like, if I were to basically describe this character, he's actually just a character that just does not care. I thought it was gonna be like Hulk or something, you know? But like, this move going full screen, and you just do something like this, right? You bring him in, you like tag, and then do this. Like, he can't call assist, but due to that mechanic, he circumvents that issue. Like, if you try to call assist, he just flexes, you know? Which is, you know, pretty cool. Right, builds his bar up, right, makes it go up faster. That's the whole point of flexing. Like, he has a one button anti-air command grab. He's the grappler, I don't give a shit character that has armor on some of his moves, you know. Like, Fireball having armor is nuts. Like, if you do an EX move and I just do this, I just go through it. It's kind of crazy. He's a kind of crazy character. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, unlock the champion, be an episode of story mode, and just be very belligerent. Do what you want. Don't really care. You know, he's the command grab, big body character of the game. Not even Hulk. Him. And then he keeps his install, and then he just gets really, really scarily fast. And like, he finally gave me what I wanted in the game. He has a ceiling bounce. Like, come on. Only when he's transformed, which you do by landing a grab when the bar is full. Dude, what a funny character. Could be a problem, not necessarily because of him, but because of like you being able to just do things like this. I don't know, we'll see though. That's it for me today. Make sure to like, sub, and to check out the Twitch if you want to catch some live streams of me playing the game. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.